Triple Nipple Nick, welcome to the video. I have had a daily practice of some sort for 8 years, and throughout those 8 years, I've tried different things, taken things out, added new things in, and now I'm at a point where I have a pretty consistent daily practice. It's not often that I'll add in a new habit or decide to stop doing something. And so I just kind of wanted to share what I do, go through the list, and I think this would be helpful to someone who has their own daily practice. No matter how far you are on your journey, it can be helpful to just kind of hear someone else's thoughts on it. And I think I've definitely learned a lot about the practices by doing them, and which ones are most important, and which ones kind of fuse together and have things in common with other ones. And there are definitely certain practices that I think everybody should be doing. They're definitely the top practices for happiness, personal development, spirituality. And so I'll be talking about those as well. I think that meditation is probably the number one practice that anyone should have in some form or another. And so for me, this starts in the morning as part of my morning routine. I will do preferably Kriya Yoga, but if I don't have the time or the focus, I'll just do regular meditation. And Kriya Yoga is kind of a form of Kundalini Yoga, if you're familiar with it. It involves moving energy up the chakras and back down. And if you can't get into a meditative state, it can be really helpful because it kind of forces your body and your mind into that meditative state through breathing and visualization exercises. So I'll start the day with that, and then at some point during the day, no specific time, I will meditate again, and this is just regular meditation. And this can be, I've done over probably 15 different techniques in depth, and so at this point, I kind of just mix together whatever feels right, and this could be any kind of meditation. Also in my morning routine is stretching and visualization. Just stretching for physical health. I feel the tightest in the morning and it feels good. And visualization, this involves, it could be long-term goals, or it could just be what I feel like I need to do that day to move me towards that goal. And it can also be just focusing on a sense of gratitude. And this is a place where things kind of merge together, because a lot of the power of visualization comes from being grateful for things that you already have and just visualizing more of that. Instead of coming from a desire and a place of lack, visualization is a lot more powerful when we get in touch with the emotions and appreciation and gratitude towards the things that we're trying to create, instead of coming from a place of lack. So we finished the morning routine, and sticking on that vein with gratitude, that's another one of my daily practices, is just practicing gratitude. And this can be a lot more structured. I can just take a few things that I'm grateful for and list them out, and just forcing your mind to come up with a few things will get you thinking that way. But it can also be a lot more loosey-goosey and ethereal. I can just focus on my awareness and look around me and just feel a sense of appreciation and gratitude for the mountains in front of me. And this helps put me in a more positive vibration, a more positive state of consciousness, and build positive appreciation, because we can easily think about the things we don't have when there are literally mountains right in front of us. The next daily practice I have is simply love, and this can be self-love, this can be kind of a form of gratitude, but I started this practice by doing a visualization where you say take a pet or something that you feel a lot of love for, and you just feel that feeling in your heart area, and then taking that and applying it to yourself. And then from there, you can also apply it towards your enemies, your friends, the world, but just feeling this sense of love, bringing it up and just applying it towards different things. And this has a lot in common with gratitude and appreciation, but it's really focusing on visualizing and building that sense of love in the heart area in your body. Whereas gratitude can be more mental, and it's not necessarily coming from the heart. My next daily practice is bioenergetics, and I recently made a video about this, but it kind of looks like doing this. And you're trying to make a noise from as deep in the body as you can, and just releasing the muscles, shaking it out. Humans store a lot of trauma, a lot of unprocessed emotions in the body, and this is just kind of a daily practice that helps get that stuff out of the body, get things moving on an energetic, biological level. That's why it's called bioenergetics. My next daily practice is the Wim Hof method. Simply go Google and search that, but I'm specifically talking about the breathing exercises. I do cold plunges when I can, but not every day. And this is just a 10-minute breathing exercise that I find puts me in a very meditative state. It's very powerful. It's good for your immune system. and it takes a bit of effort, but it's always worth it. My next daily practice is spending at least 5 or 6 hours outside minimum, and preferably this is just all day, but sometimes you have to go inside for something. And I don't know, I used to have this on my daily practices when I didn't spend as much time outside, but now it's just kind of a given. I don't even have to think about it. If I spend too much time inside, I start to itch and feel horrible. So it just happens. My next daily practice is some form of exercise. I think it's important. Like right now I'm injured, so I can't be lifting weights every day, but to at least go for a walk or a run. And so this morning I just went on a walk over here. Is it that hill? No, I did not climb that hill. There's a shorter hill. But just doing some kind of exercise every day, no matter how little, is all I do. And if I'm lifting weights and exercising, I'll do that some days, but other days I'll just do cardio. My next daily practice is reading of some kind for however much time I have. And some days this is many hours, some days this is just a few minutes. And I try and do at least some reading out loud to work on my speaking abilities and my pronunciation and exercise that mental muscle. And my final daily practice, this is the only one that I've actually added recently, is doing some kind of speaking and recording myself and listening to it every day, which I just started doing with making content. And the purpose of this is to get more comfortable speaking, either in front of a camera or in front of other people, and to improve my speaking abilities. And the last on my daily practices is my nightly routine, which involves some form of meditation. Ideally, it's Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga has a specific nightly routine that you're supposed to do, or just any form of meditation. And then one last visualization practice, and I typically do this as I'm falling asleep. And this kind of focuses on what I described at the beginning of the video, just visualizing either whatever kind of goals or reality I want to create and what it would feel like to already have those things, because the heart only knows feelings. It doesn't know logical things, so you have to show it the feelings of already having that thing to raise your frequency to that state. But this could also just be visualizing the next step in the process towards those things. And there are different techniques in visualization, different arguments for why you should do either, so I just try and do both. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions about my daily practices, leave them below. I'll make a video for whatever question if you ask for a video. But overall, I would say for someone who's looking what daily practices they should have, which ones are the most important, I would say that some kind of meditation is the most important. But after that, I would say that gratitude and visualization are probably the most important for just raising your state of consciousness, having a more enjoyable life and a more effective life. And I think just a little bit of gratitude and visualization will go a very long way. And beyond that, spending time outside, exercising, are pretty crucial and essential, and without that, your body and mind won't be as healthy. I pretty much think all of the habits I described in this video are extremely important, and that's why I do them every day. These are kind of the things that I don't think I should go a day without doing. There are plenty of other things that I don't do every single day, but it's a long list. You can fill up your whole day with daily practices and have nothing left. So I think it's important to strike a balance and find something that works for you. I used to meditate 2.5 hours a day, but now I don't do that because I'm kind of focused more on the lower end of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, just to build a foundation. And I'm sure at some point I will go back to meditating for 2.5 or 3 hours a day, but right now that's kind of just not what I'm focusing on. Some people might just want to go be a monk, but I think it's better. I'd rather just work on meeting my lower needs on Maslow's hierarchy and get up to that place more naturally instead of forcing it.